When looking at microphones for gaming and streaming, it's all a bit of a minefield with different pickup patterns, different connectivity options, and a lot of time spent within software to get it just right. Well, NZXT think they have a solution with their, essentially, plug and play capsule microphone that requires no configuration and no software. Let's do this. I wish these files would transfer faster. Come on! Whoa, is that the Firecuda 510 NVMe drive with its blistering fast speeds of 3450 megabytes a second read, 3200 megabytes a second write, and capacities of up to 2 terabyte? I can have these files transferred in no time. And if I'm looking for the ultimate performance, I could even get the 4th generation Firecuda 520. I better check the link in the description to find out more details. So before we get started with this video, I want to make it clear that we have actually got a disclaimer from NZXT at the end of this video, and all will be revealed. So as you watch through this, definitely watch until the end, because it kind of explains everything since we filmed the video to actually releasing it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So let's start with the packaging. It's typical NZXT with a simple white and purple box that gives us kind of a first glimpse of the capsule's design, as well as all of the major specs. NZXT claim that it's designed for gamers, has high quality audio at 24-bit and 96 kHz, and a simple and rugged design. They also boast how they use a cardioid pickup pattern as opposed to those microphones like the HyperX Quadcast that gives you multiple options and therefore more room for confusion. The beauty of a cardioid pickup pattern is that it's extremely directional, and most people would tend to steer more towards it as it reduces unwanted noise like your mechanical keyboard or your mum telling you to get off the PC as your dinner's been sitting on the table for the last 30 minutes and not understanding that you can't pause an online game. Jesus, mum. So back to the box. Opening it up, everything feels, well, quite premium, from the whole kind of experience to the quality of the materials like the foam inside, which is surprising considering it comes with an MSRP of $109.99 in the UK and $129.99 in the US, which puts it around the same as the Wave 3 from Elgato, the Quadcast from HyperX, and the oh so famous Blue Yeti. The difference, however, is going to come from the simplicity of getting it set up and getting it sounding how you want. Obviously, that could also come as a bit of a trade-off of not really having the flexibility of getting it dialed into how you want it to be, and instead kind of letting NZXT dictate that for you. So inside we get the microphone itself, naturally. Well done, Andy. We also get a 3-meter USB Type A to Type C cable, which is not only going to be durable and easy to install due to the reversible nature of the Type C connector, but being 3 meters long means if you wanted to install the capsule onto a boom arm with the included 1/4 inch to 3/8 threaded adapter, then there's plenty of extra cable to do it. NZXT are also launching their own boom arm today for $99 US, which includes a cable channel inside for easy cable management. If you're not wanting to use a boom arm, it comes with a pretty solid feeling stand that, while it does look quite large, it's very sturdy and kind of won't knock over easily, unlike other microphones like the Rode NT USB's mini tripod stand, which is actually quite a common problem. Anyone who has one will know exactly what I'm talking about. Design-wise, it all feels very robust and sturdy with a mix of aluminium and ABS polymer, which not only gives it a fantastic look, but means it should stand the test of time from those long G Fuel powered gaming sessions. With the choice of all black, as we can see here, and also white, I personally would have liked to have had maybe kind of seen the white as all white instead of having the kind of black grille on it for that contrasting look. Either way, once on the included stand, it actually looks pretty clean and tidy, no matter what colour you go for. It also sits kind of about the right height for me without getting in the way. I've just found some microphones in the past sit a bit too low, and therefore you kind of have to artificially increase the gain to get it where you want it to be, and there's kind of nothing worse than trying to improve on an already distant sound, as it's just going to kind of increase background noise and everything else at the same time. So let's do some tests. First and foremost, let's talk about what we use in all of our videos, which is the Sennheiser MKH416, right here, which is basically what you're hearing right now, completely unprocessed. This is highly regarded as one of the best broadcasting microphones on the planet, and at around $1,000, you'd certainly hope that that was the case. but we really are comparing apples to oranges here. So let's bring in the Elgato Wave 3 Rode NT USB, and to show the opposite end of the scale, the Corsair Virtuoso Wireless XT, which, while it's more expensive as a package, headsets generally won't have kind of nowhere near the same quality when it comes to the microphone part of it. So for the fairest comparison, let's do some shameful advertising on each microphone so you can hear the exact difference completely unprocessed.
Have you got your hands on the eTeknix PC Maintenance Toolkit with everything you need to build, repair and maintain your PC? It's the best tool you can get for all your PC building needs. Available on store.eteknix.com. Have you got your hands on the eTeknix PC Maintenance Toolkit with everything you need to build, repair and maintain your PC? It's the best tool you can get for all your PC building needs. Available on store.eteknix.com. Have you got your hands on the eTeknix PC Maintenance Toolkit with everything you need to build, repair and maintain your PC? It's the best tool you can get for all your PC building needs. Available on store.eteknix.com. Have you got your hands on the eTeknix PC Maintenance Toolkit with everything you need to build, repair and maintain your PC? It's the best tool you can get for all your PC building needs. Available on store.eteknix.com. Have you got your hands on the eTeknix PC Maintenance Toolkit with everything you need to build, repair and maintain your PC? It's the best tool you can get for all your PC building needs. Available on store.eteknix.com.
So back to the Capsule. I mean, it sounds, well, flat. And I'm going to play devil's advocate here because I kind of feel like I need to. When NZXT sent us over the Capsule, they had a few key points that they wanted us to take into consideration about kind of who it's aimed at. The main one was that it's ready to go right out of the box with simple plug and play functionality with no software needed. Long gone are the days of having cumbersome software and multiple pickup patterns to choose from, giving you more time to focus on what matters most, which is of course playing and streaming games, which is kind of what it's all about. Now, the issue with that is that, as I said, it comes out sounding just a bit flat, and that is the best word I can use because it just sounds a bit monotone, a bit nasally for me, and I'm quite a nasally person anyway, and it just kind of lacks that dynamic range like we heard with the other microphones that we tested. Now, one interesting thing that we did find was that putting the Capsule back into 24-bit at 48 kHz, which is funnily enough set by default in Windows, the microphone actually sounded far better. Have a listen for yourself.
This is the NZXT Capsule recording at 24-bit and 48,000 Hz. And this is the NZXT Capsule recording at 24-bit 96,000 Hz.
Also, to give you a better idea on how flat it sounds, I'll switch over to it now
at 96 kHz and just move it into kind of, different positions, as obviously that will have a huge impact. But as a gamer myself, it's not always possible to be potentially eating your microphone just to get the very best sound. For background noise, you can hear how it sounds when I type away on a keyboard or lightly tap away on the desk. It's just, it's not bad. Cardioid pickup pattern, what more do you expect? For some more perspective so you can get a better idea, I'll switch back and forth between the Capsule and the Sennheiser MKH416, which, while yes I know it's a stupidly expensive broadcast microphone, I want you to focus more on the depth, or should I say the lack of depth that is kind of non-existent with the Capsule. So something in the most technical wording I can think of is a bit screwy. That is my professional opinion.
Now, if you're a gamer, or more importantly a streamer, you're likely, as a streamer, going to want to kind of edit your audio slightly on the fly using the software of choice, like Streamlabs OBS, to give you that radio DJ sounding voice. As a bog standard gamer, you're going to be wanting to use maybe something like Voicemeeter to do something similar on the fly. To show you what I mean, take a listen to the original audio test we did with no EQ and then a really simple EQ put onto it, and you'll distinctively hear the difference.
Have you got your hands on the eTeknix PC Maintenance Toolkit with everything you need to build, repair and maintain your PC? It's the best tool you can get for all your PC building needs. Available on store.eteknix.com. Have you got your hands on the eTeknix PC Maintenance Toolkit with everything you need to build, repair and maintain your PC? It's the best tool you can get for all your PC building needs. Available on store.eteknix.com.
So you could argue both ways. The Capsule is marketed as plug and play and without the need for software, which I get. But to get the most out of it, there just seems to be a niggly little thing that it sounds great, but only if it's running at 48 kHz. Whereas when it's set to the marketed 96 kHz,
like you're hearing now, you seem to need some kind of software to get the EQ set up just right.
I can't see how NZXT can fix the 96 kHz issue if it doesn't involve software. I mean, by default, the 48 kHz is very comparable to the more expensive Elgato Wave 3 at either 48 or 96. With all that said, to really get the full potential of 24-bit 96 kHz, it's like a lock that just needs the key to really bring its potential out. And for the money, I think you'll be hard pressed to find something better. But, and there's a big but, because of how crowded the capsule microphone space is, NZXT need to not market it how they have to us, saying that you don't need software and that it's plug and play. Or the other option is that they need to develop some software to EQ it properly at its marketed sample rate. Because I kind of feel like some novice users are going to find it just sounds a bit meh. But do you know what doesn't sound meh? The eTeknix Smart Thermos keeps your hot drinks hot and your cold drinks cold, and gives you a handy dandy little LED readout on the top so you know exactly what temperature the liquid is inside. Available in both black or white. Go grab yours over at store.eteknix.com. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know exactly what to do, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later. Bye-bye. So since filming the video, basically we've been in touch with NZXT about some of the issues that we've faced in terms of, I guess, predominantly being 24-bit 96 kHz and that really flat sound that we ended up getting. And they have actually looked into it and basically agreed that we were on the same wavelength, excuse the pun, but the whole point being that there was an issue at 96 kHz. And they're not entirely sure what it is at the moment, and they are actually working with their ODM, who actually, manufactures the microphone to their specifications, to see exactly what the issue is. But it looks like there's either some kind of high pass filter or an EQ issue. And they have issued a statement which says, NZXT is working to implement a firmware update which should further enhance the sound profile on the 24-bit 96 kHz setting. That said, we will always look for ways to further optimize the product post-launch and appreciate any and all feedback. Now, I just want to give my kind of, 2 cents on that, because that's a really, really good thing, because they're still sticking to the promise that this is a plug and play or plug and go device where no software is needed, through the way of doing a firmware update, which I'm not entirely sure whether that's going to be something that is submitted as part of the driver package to Microsoft to be certified and actually enable it from there, or whether it's going to be a matter of getting hold of the microphone, plugging it in via the USB, and maybe using some kind of a tool to actually update the firmware. Either way, it's great that a company is doing something like this even before the launch. I'm just glad that, we could actually get on the same kind of page with NZXT and I guess find an issue and actually find a solution to that issue. So moving forward, 96 kHz should obviously get a lot better, should sound very similar in terms of the sound profile to the 48 kHz, but also with that extra clarity that you'd expect from the increased sample rate.